Okay, ladies, our blog hop today is all about our favorite thing from the new catalog. And I have to say, one of my favorite things is this gorgeous Share What You Love paper. Isn't it beautiful? And I love the sparkle that they have added to some of the images. Now, not all of the sides have sparkle to them. Some of them are plain, and this will be a fun one to play with. And look at that, that's fun. Can't wait to play. I also love the pearl doilies. Oh, they're so, the pearl, tiny pearls. And I love the fact that they're already colored, so we don't have to color them. And then who doesn't love the pearlized doilies? Ah, perfect. So here's my favorite card, or my card using my favorite items. And we'll do the inside in the envelope. Join me in the craft room and I'll show you how. Let's get started. For my card today, I'm going to be using the Love What You Do stamp set, specifically this image. I'm only going to use the flower, so I'm not worried about anything else. From the Eastern Beauty, I'm using the sentiment to think of you is to smile. I need a scrap piece of white for my sentiment, a scrap piece of white for my flowers, a scrap piece of Blackberry Bliss for my backing. I have used the Share What You Love DSP, and I've chosen these three patterns. This pattern is 1.5 by 3 3/4. This is 1/8 of an inch bigger, so it would be 1 5/8 by 1 7/8 or 3 7/8. This one is 2 inches by 2 3/8, so the backing is 2 1/8 by 2 1/2. This one is 1.5 by 2 1/8, so the backing is 1 5/8 by 2 1/4. I know, crazy numbers, but I didn't want the backing too big. I have my piece of Whisper White that's 4 by 5 1/4. I have a mint macaron card base, and it is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have my envelope. I'm going to be using the Pearlized Doilies, and they weren't big enough, so I'm cutting them in half, and I'm going to use them in half. I need a blender pen. I need the 1 3/8 inch punch and the 2 inch punch. I'm using Memento Tuxedo black ink and rich Razzleberry ink. All right, first thing I need to do is I need to add some glue to the back of my Pearlized Doilies, and I'm using the pearl side because I want that shine. So I'm going to add dots of glue to the back of this and then set it aside so it can dry. I shouldn't say dry, it's more like sets than anything else. That way when you put it down on your card, it doesn't ooze out all over the place. Okay. Now I'm going to set those aside so they can set. And I'm going to take my pieces and put my pieces together. So this paper is so fun. I love the shine that it has on it. It just adds just enough sparkle. And only one side has the shine, the other side is a pattern. So you don't have to have the shine. And this one I don't think has a shine to it at all on either side. And this one has it on the back side. So some fun patterns to play with and to do some combining, which I'm doing today. And I love the glue so that I can wiggle it around and make sure it's in there straight. A little sticky there. Okay, let's get our sentiment stamped. And for that one, I am using, I just don't want to put that in my doilies. I'm going to use Rich Razzleberry to stamp it on, which is really dark. Put that in the water or on my chamois so it'll it won't, if you put it in the chamois right away, it still dyes it, but it's not as bad, or stains it, I should say. All right, I'm gonna cut out my sentiment using my 1 3/8 inch circle punch. All right, so there's that. And I'm gonna mount it on a 2-inch circle out of Blackberry Bliss. Whew. That didn't want to punch too good, but it did. Oh, I shouldn't have used 1 2 inch. Never mind, I should have used 1 1/2. All right, watch this trick. I'm not wasting that circle. I'm going to take a Post-it note, stick it down, put it back in, and punch it out. And if you want, you can save that for a card, or you can throw it away. So, sorry about that. 1 1/2. There we go. Better. I thought, man, that looks awfully big. Sometimes that happens, though. All right. Now I'm going to put this together. All right. Got all my pieces together. Now it's time to work on my flowers. And I'm going to stamp the flowers. I only need the flowers. I don't need the stems because I'm cutting them out. All right. And I'm going to use my blender pen to color them. And I'm using the Rich Razzleberry. And remember, if you're using a blender pen and you don't want the lines to show, if it's a longer space, do long strokes. And start at the bottom and come up. All right, let me get my snips. I'm going to cut out my flowers.